Yeah, yeah, we're good.
All right, man. So yeah, whenever you're ready.
State your name.
My name is Jim Conway.
How long have you been rapping?
Man, since forever. Since forever.
Are you from Oklahoma City?
No, I'm not.
Where are you
I'm from everywhere. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm from Kansas. I'm from everywhere. I'm from here. I've been here for about 11 years in the city.
from? How has your experience in other places influenced how you see things here?
It's just kind of brought everything full circle. You know, seeing MCs in the Dirty South, to seeing MCs in the Midwest, and then bringing it full circle back here in Oklahoma City. You know, everybody's got different drives. You know, every state has a different niche, so to speak, something that they do or don't do. Being able to adapt those different styles and then bring it here to Oklahoma City and also take from the culture here, it just makes for a more complete lyricist.
And when you came here, what was your introduction to the hip hop scene? Who do you remember that was
Oh man, Culture Shock Camp. Duo the Sick, JB, my man Keith IMC, DJ Shock B, Nemesis, all those guys, really paved the way. I remember my first time coming here, I actually got in a cypher with Johnny Polygon, who is a Tulsa-based rapper. But that's when I knew like Oklahoma City had some MCs, that this was a worthy place to rap.
okay? You named a lot of battle rappers.
hmm
So
So you familiar with your battle rap?
yeah.
Look out.
So, how would you say is the difference between the normal show hip hop scene and the battle rap scene?
Wow. I'm kind of different when it comes to the battle rapping versus the culture. I think battle rap has its place because it's an art form. As a lyricist, you want to be able to take your punchlines and convey that feeling. You want to give a dope punchline, a dope metaphor to convey what you're talking about, and kind of just make the crowd go ooh or ah. But I feel like when you bring it full circle to be a lyricist, whether you are just dropping bars or whether you are, on some conscious spit, that's the difference. Like I feel like you can do more when, you're actually spitting, putting together a full show, and you allow yourself to be vulnerable. You're not going to be vulnerable in a battle rap. You're going to try to project your strongest self possible, but in a show setting, you're going to maybe show a little bit of vulnerability that brings you closer to your crowd and your fan base and lets them connect and bring them closer to your world, which in turn is going to give you the longevity of a real artist. That's just me personally. I could be wrong, but that's what Conway thinks.
Now, like hip hop is built off beats. So, why do you think
Like
this,
beef, like negativity.
well, I'm not gonna say it's built off. It's a lot of like, I don't like this rapper. Not in Oklahoma City, just on a grand scale. Why do you? And then when you figure out why they're beefing, it's like nothing. Why do you think that battle rappers are able to destroy each other on stage and leave it on stage, whereas other rappers kind of get upset about little things and carry on for years and
Well, the difference between a battle, per se, within the culture, and a battle that goes viral, where people are taking shots at people's mamas and wives and children and individual struggles. It's two different worlds. This is an art form. Even when I get on a track with an MC, if I get on a track with some of my boys like Original Flow, Fresh, Chief Peace, or Joey Sativa, like we get on the track knowing that we came to destroy each other. And those are some of my best friends. But iron sharpens iron. So that's what we're trying to do. But like in here outside of the culture, when people start taking shots at each other, that's a different kind of dynamic. That's ugliness. That's pettiness. You know what I'm saying? So to be truthful, if I had to lay it out there, I would say that those people that are engaging in that, they're not really educated in the culture. To me, nobody's bigger than the culture. So once you start entering into beefs and stuff and dragging people through the mud, I'm just not interested in all that. I don't think that's of the culture.
Now, you're really influential with a lot of artists with the Hubby Bubby.
Am I?
Yeah.
Whoa, look out. I didn't even know.
Educate people on how that came to
you don't have the time for that one. But kind of summed up real quick. Me personally, my stake in the Hubbly Bubbly scene is that I feel like Oklahoma City has so many dope MCs and not enough venues for everybody to really showcase what they can do. And so when I came into the heart of hip hop, it was a set bill. There was not even a way for anybody to get on. Like, it was the same rappers every month, and I thought that was cool because those guys are dope. But I said, man, we have a chance to do something bigger than just us. We can create a hub, no pun intended, for younger artists to come up, and artists have come up. We created another show called Art of Rap, which people come and they compete for that final spot at Heart of Hip Hop. And it's crazy because it's like Russell Simmons' Def Comedy Jam versus American Idol, because they in there going after each other's heads. But it's culture. It's not people dogging each other. It's people taking their best art and putting it up against other people's best art, and then the judges, who are valued MCs of the culture, they vote on who they think is the best and who's worthy to rock with them. So like, my space is kind of just coming in and saying, okay, let's play within this box, and let's create a place for other young artists to get off. We've seen artists like Motion, Nima T, Jay Sparks, Goodwill, just to name a few, that like nobody even was really fooling with or knew about. And those guys came there, they got on, they had their faces all over social media, and those guys were like, hey, we've been hot. We just didn't have a place to showcase what we can do. And so if Hubbly Bubbly can be that, and there's stuff that I can't even talk about. It's going to be coming down the pipe with even bigger stuff to reach, because there's so many other dope pockets in the city that are not being reached either, but they're about to get there if I got anything to say about it. So.
Now, I know Shaq, came to Hubbly Bubbly.
Yeah.
Were you there that night?
I was actually not. That was like one of the only nights that I was not there. I had to watch all this unfold. My organization, Gorilla Breed, designs all the flyers and all the media for Hubbly Bubbly, so we get to see like everything before it happens. And in real time, we watching this. I'm like, Shaq is in the Hubbly Bubbly. That's where I eat hummus. He's in the VIP where I be. And so, it was cool because my homeboy Chief Peace, he got to really get off on that situation. You know what I'm saying? He got blessed by it. And so I was very much a part of it, but never even saw Shaq, never even shook his hand. And he was there multiple times. Like, he loves that place. So, yeah.
So do you feel like since that has happened, do you feel like more people are attracted to Hubbly Bubbly, or is it the same?
There was a uptick because, oh man, how can I say this? Y'all make sure to edit this part out that it's not gonna sound right, because this is not gonna sound right at all. There's a lot of people who want to be around when something's popping, but if it's not popping for them, they don't want to be around. And so right after that, there was like open mic night, which has notoriously not been the biggest night, automatically became huge because everybody's like, oh, this is where Chief Peace saw Shaq. Maybe I can be the next Chief Peace. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool because that's good, positive energy. But, ultimately, everything is good. Everything is positive. Everything is growth. But now, if you come on a Thursday, the third Thursday of the month for Heart of Hip Hop, you'll see like it's nothing but craziness. It's like a family reunion. It's the only place, in my opinion, month after month after month after month, we're consistent. And you can go in there and get love no matter who you are. You could be the weakest MC or the strongest MC. But, what we try to do is create an atmosphere of love. Now, if you're sorry, we're going to tell you you're sorry in love and give you some pointers on how you can build. If you need beats, everything you need is there. If you need somebody to shoot a video, I promise you, it's a videographer there. If you need a photo shoot, I promise you, it's a photographer there. It's a beat maker there. It's somebody to help you with your lyrics there. And you can smoke good hookah and have a good time. And you can be mentored by people like me that's, I'm a little older, so that's where my heart is at, seeing the next one. I'm looking for Jim Conway when he was 19, 15, and trying to get them to the next level, and because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a culture first attitude for Oklahoma City to truly blow, and I feel like the Hubbly Bubbly is one of those few places where that's happening 100% authentic.
Now, in reference to Oklahoma City, name your top 5
Ooh,
rappers.
really? You gonna try to do that? Dylon, 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 and Dylon. Never. I would never tell. I don't get into the list, you know. As long as you're doing you, and you're putting positive energy out into the atmosphere, and you chasing your dream with all you got, you top 5 to me, man. Because, you know, the dopest lyricist might not be the dopest person, and I'm looking for culture first. You know, I know a lot of dudes that can spit, but they ain't worth nothing. Like they're not worth, you know, they're not putting anybody on. Can't rap forever. You know what I'm saying? The chances of the next Nas or Jay-Z coming out of Oklahoma City are so slim. And the people that are trying to be Nas and Jay-Z, well, that's cool. Chase your dreams, but realize that it's about the culture. I was by myself, you know.
You were by yourself a year ago?
Yeah. I was totally by myself. I put out a project called Rap Suicide. Feel free to check that out. It's available on all distribution levels, worldwide, digital. And I did it all by myself, no help. But the new wave love my heart and my message so much. They're like, man, look at this dude who's older than us, but he loves us. He loves us the way we are. He's not trying to change the way we rap or our message, even though, you know, I don't cuss in my lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Because I got a lot of little kids that look up to me, so I try to do it a little different. But, you know, to each his own. But I feel like the old school could learn a lot from the new wave. And the new wave, of course, can learn a lot from the old school. And the only way we're going to really get it is if we get it together, man. People stop focusing on these little things and focus on the big picture, which is putting the city on the map. And like I said before, you know, the moment I stopped caring about being famous is the moment my opportunities started to just blossom. You know, Chief Peace, Original Flow, Joey, Fresh, like those guys are, you know, those are guys that are culture first. Like the record speaks for itself. We want to go do a show for Cavett Kids, which is an organization that is, you know, supports and sends kids with terminal illnesses to camp. I don't know a bunch of artists that are willing to give up their time, take off of work, go out to Texoma and hang out with, you know, disabled children. You know, we artists. You know, when the schools suffered budget cuts, and you know there was no money for the dance team at Jefferson, and there was no money to feed the teachers, the special teachers that were like top notch at Grant. I don't know many artists that I could have hollered at and said, hey, no, I can't pay you. Will you come help me put on a show to raise money for these kids and raise, you know, 3 racks in 4 hours and give it back to the school district and nobody be tripping. All we had was hot and ready pizzas, but we did it for the culture. That's the kind of attitude that it's going to take to really do something, because hip hop's got a black eye. You know, there's so many people that want to say that hip hop is not positive and, oh, look at those thugs over there and this and that. But they don't understand that for every thug out there, there's a Jim Conway, there's a Fresh, there's an Original Flow, you know, so there's a Chief Peace, you know, there's a JB. Like, we really out here and we really care about the future. And I feel like if more people start getting that kind of attitude and taking this craft seriously and the influence that we got on the next generation, that's when things are going to start to really pick up. And they have, you know. Because when you do that, the people with the real keys, they'll let you in, you know. But as long as it's all about, you know, cussing and driving cars with big rims, big chains, if that's all you got to put into the culture, it's not gonna go anywhere. You're gonna stay the same. It's just the same cycle of negativity. And that's where you get beef. That's where you get people getting shot. That's why you can't go to the club. Because, you know, never. And the whole since I took over hosting at Hubbly Bubbly, we've never had a fight. And it's nothing but urban people in here getting it. And I'm talking jumping up and down, getting, you know, whatever you want to call it, getting hype, raging, or getting crunk. Like, we in here. And it's never a fight. It's never any problem. And so once we start to do that more as a people and as a culture, and it's not a black, white, you know, Native American thing, indigenous people, it's just culture. You know, I'm in here ranting and raging. You're going to have to cut me off.
Okay. What do you think about the female presence in the Oklahoma City hip hop scene?
Like you want to be more specific.
The female artists.
You're going to have to be more specific.
Are there any?
Yeah, they out there.
Who are they?
Of course, you got to get. I'm biased, you know. The queen is Millie Mesh. She's dope. She's really out here for the culture. Positivity, grind, work ethic. You know, she's got the total package. You know, the Duchess, she's out there. She's working. She's moving hard. You know, and she's got a good package too. She's doing the modeling. She got the music. You know, she's got a good package. I would like to see some more music. You know, as always. You know, and then we just got, you know, there's a lot of other people that are doing it. I'm all about movement. I want to see movement. I want to see projects. You know, I want to see Netflix, or I should say Netflix. I want to see iTunes. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the distribution. I want to see the push and the legitimate investment into yourself. You know, there's a lot of R&B type stuff out there as well. You know, but I got to see that push. You know, we got Marilyn out there as well. She's dope. You know, she keeps it real with the hip hop kind of influence and respect. You know, you can tell by the way she raps, she respects herself. You know, and that's what I'm looking for. I mean, everybody can't be Nicki Minaj. And me personally, I ain't really cutting for that. I mean, I feel like Nicki Minaj is so dope lyrically, she don't have to do any of that other stuff. You know, and I feel like in order to come out of Oklahoma City, you're gonna have to be with substance. Like, I don't think the base here is gonna respect smut. You know, you might get some likes, but you ain't gonna get respect in the culture. You know, so.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
What you want to know?
I feel like you like the Godfather. Like,
I am nothing of the sort. I'm telling you, I'm a nobody. I'm a stranger. I promise you, a year ago, I could barely even get on that stage a year ago. Like, I'm a stranger. I'm a shadow player, you know, and that's the way I like it. It's not. I don't get hung up in titles. I don't get hung up in who's doing this and who's doing that. You know, some people refer to me as an OG. Some people refer to me as a mentor. You know, I just be trying to put other people on, because to be honest, nobody put me on. Nobody. I did this all by myself. You know, and I work every day. If you look at my team is made up and comprised of misfits, people that nobody wanted to fool with, and I chose them on purpose, just to prove a point that together we can do anything. Together we can prove them all wrong. I see in what other people can't see. You know, I bring influential people to Hubbly Bubbly, and I'll be like, just wait, you're gonna see this white kid named Chief Peace. You know, he's got the total package. He's gonna be on MTV one day. Watch. Look when you see Original Flow. You know what I'm saying? He's got, you know, a band. That's the next Roots. You know what I'm saying? Look at Joey. Man, he is the new wave. He is the definition of what the new wave is, and it's beautiful and it's respectful. It's not mumble rap, which mumble rap is cool if you like that kind of thing, but like that's like what the new wave is really supposed to be, in my opinion, if you want to respect it. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Fresh Man, such a conscious rapper. Speaking, I mean, he can get on a booty song that'll make you shake your booty and talk about politics, and the girls still be shaking their booty. But they be like, yeah, he's a conscious rapper and he's so fine, you know. And so like, I walk in the room, yeah, from L-Town, from Lawton, you know. Like, I walk in the room and I size it up automatically, and I see the best in everybody, because nobody saw the best in me. You know, they said, oh, he's fat, he's unmarketable, he's old, he ain't doing nothing. You know, what I try to teach the young cats is, if you got enough talent, you got enough drive, nobody can stop you. Nothing can hold you back. You are your worst enemy. You are your only obstacle. Get out, get something, put yourself on, and the sky's the limit.